Is this your natural state now? Do you just cough and that's
I will be at least one more month.
It's beautiful.
Do you schedule it or?
I do.
It's definitely scheduled.
It's a dance card I have filled out.
Right. Well, welcome to the fucking downtrodden and sick version of Auroros. Okay, welcome back. So, last time we left the crew, they actually saw some fucking action. It was beautiful. They all split up, made a plan, took off into different parts of the city, and realized that there's a lot of fucking demons here. A few of you went to see the constable, Jonas, and then bring your suspicions to the chief of the town guard, captain of the town guard, Mariah Veilborn. There, you shared with her and confirmed that she was not a demon, that high-ranking officials in the city and many guards had been converted or replaced by demonic entities. Once your confessions were suspected, Jonas and the guards outside seemed to really want into the office, where you barricaded yourself behind Mariah's powerful wards. Barbaros, using his, I want to say charisma, but it wasn't quite charisma, gathered some reinforcements from the bars down in the Crystal Hill Farthing, where old soldiers and guards toil away their older years and drink away the memories of war. And you all pincered your way in the constable and guard office, where you dispatched a handful of demons, including Jonas, who turned out to be the chain devil, that you had seen at the Kobold encampment earlier in the campaign. And there, as you cut down Jonas and you all corner the last bearded devil, is where we pick up.
Velnerith last in the...
we left off on Velnerith as she vaporized the chain devil. I will say yes, because you said you want to capture and interrogate the last one. After Velnerith is bottom of the turn order. That will bring us to the top, which would be Fane, who is right behind the bearded devil.
I believe Velnerith called out about trying to capture them.
Yes.
Okay. I do one thing, and that is punch. So I will find my character sheet. You gotta start somewhere.
Quick note, John Tofu's watching. He says you're muted on stream. I hear you, so I don't know why they don't hear you on stream.
Rip.
Thank you, Tofu. Appreciate you.
Did it stop because, it was being followed by a cop and it didn't want to get, legally searched and seizured, or...
Is that a black joke?
No, that was actually...
Whoa.
it wasn't not one.
It wasn't not. That's all right.
We've only been live for 10 minutes. How did we? Are we already
Not,
this far off?
Not even 9 minutes 45 seconds. It's a record, boys.
It's
That was
been
one of
great.
those
It's been
drops where
fun.
there's not even the angle coming down. It's just straight 90 degree. It's impressive, if nothing else.
Unlistenable.
Oh god, fucking terrible. Love it.
Test 1 2 1 2. There we go. Okay, now it's going through.
This session's
Thank
gonna
you,
be
Tofu.
a complete
Appreciate
train wreck. I
that.
love it.
It started a train wreck. It's gonna end a train wreck. We're here for the ride, and hopefully people hop in and then just can't stop watching.
So
we
business
just
as usual.
exist as train wreck.
I
It's
mean, I'm down with that life.
Tofu, thank you
Alright.
for that. OBS decided that I wasn't allowed to be heard, and now I fixed it.
John's a better seen, not heard.
Apparently.
Alright, I do 1 quarterstaff attack,
Hit him.
and then I will for flurry of blows afterwards. Does a 19 hit?
I fucking think so. Yeah, it hits. Smack him.
Almost max damage. 10 smack damage. Non-magical smack damage.
Non-magical, thank you. Alright.
And then we flurry of blows.
Hit him.
Get him.
Do it. Do it.
Is that the... I believe this is the regular version.
Beat his ass. Call him names. Taking somebody else's lines.
23 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 25 to hit.
That'll also hit. Good
Cool. Max damage 9, and then min damage 6. Nice. Nice.
job.
Bounce.
3. Alright. Not bad. You, with all of that, you managed to do 12 actual damage.
Love that.
Absolutely love it.
And that is all I do. On to the next one.
Do it. Alright. Good turn. Good turn all around. Alright, that bearded devil is... No, it's not that bearded devil. He's still alive. Hey, oddly enough, that brings it to that bearded devil's turn.
Wonderful. Hi. Don't mind me punching you in the back.
What?
Just to remind you, he has protection from evil and good on him.
That's fair. Well,
Right.
this dude's also fucking surrounded. What is he gonna try and do?
I probably should have made this an advantage. I don't really need it, but... Well.
I mean, I suppose he could do the curl up in a fetal position and cry action.
He could
I
surrender.
mean, he's definitely fucking thinking about it. You know, he's smarter than that, so he's gonna fucking... Yeah, he's gonna book it. Let's see.
We love it when they get opportunity attacks from everybody.
Yeah. Oh, full sprint there. Fane, you get a opportunity attack, and so does Mariah. Which that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit actually.
We love that.
We do love that. Every bit of damage helps. Even if it only accounts to like 3.
7 non-magical damages. So you basically nailed it on the head.
There you go.
7 non-magic, so that rounds down to 3. Good job. Let's see, and then Mariah. Attack. Manage. Fucking double 18s. Jesus. 23 to hit, that definitely hits. And then damage. Oh, wow. Absolutely bottom of the barrel damage. That's 4 damage.
Plus 1d4 because big.
Ah, good looking out. Good looking out.
She
Forgot about
is
that.
enlarged.
Am I in range?
Yeah, you're on the thing's shoulder, so fucking attack. I think
For my
shoulder,
opportunity
shoulder.
attack, can I jump on him and try to grapple him? Because a grapple action is an attack.
It's
roll.
an attack roll. It is
Fucking
theoretic.
yeah, I love it. Go for it. Give it a shot.
Monkey time.
Monkey time.
Get a +5.
Return to monkey.
How did I do? I got a 16.
16. That yeah, you get him. Oh, he doesn't go fucking anywhere.
He tries to run, he just gets pummeled and a monkey lands on him.
Yeah, so he I love it.
Oh god, no bubbles.
No, no bubbles.
And I just grab him and I just grab his arms and I just hold him.
Fuck yeah. All right. He's pinned down. It takes a quick smack to the head. Mariah cuts at his leg, and then Tarek leaps off of Mariah's back and slams the bearded devil face first down to the ground and just spreads the arms out. That's everything he's got. We're gonna go. That's Henry. You're up, buddy.
Spread 'em.
With him being on the ground, surrounded by foes with a monkey on his back, I don't think I really have line of sight to be able to really do anything here. So, well, the only real ranged attack I have is Firebolt, and as we've already realized, they are immune to fire.
Hey man, you never know.
So,
Also, he's prone, so you'd have disadvantage.
Catapult
Yes.
and use yourself as the ammunition.
oh god, just rocket repelled wizard. Love that. I think Henry's going to. He's gonna hold a firebolt for if he gets up and gets out of the grapple and tries to run again. Because then at least he can try to send something off. He doesn't know how. He doesn't think it's going to be effective, but he doesn't really see a way to help in this scenario right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that brings us to the monkey. Tark, you're up. You have this bearded devil grappled.
I'm just gonna start slamming him to the ground. Let's see. I'm gonna make 2 fist attacks.
Just grab
First
both sides of the head. Just
one.
wait.
First one is a natural 1. Okay, so we're not doing great.
I think that
I missed and I just punched the floor and just break my finger. Second attack with my other fist is 24. So I will do my minuscule damage now, because I did not do this for damage. I did this for grappling, and I'll do my 1d6 plus 3. That's 8. I'm not magical, so I'm assuming it's 4.
Correct.
I give him a little nudge. Bop.
Yeah, he's looking pretty damn hurt. Like there's just like black ichor pouring out of the side of his face. He's got cuts on his legs. There's a couple of there's big welts bruising up on his shoulders and back from where Fane was smacking the shit out of him.
I have a question. Are there windows in this hallway?
No. This
No.
is a completely.
I was
closed
going to
in
drag him
hallway.
back into the office, but the office has escape points, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just hold him here.
Yeah. I would say you're a very perceptive person. There's only 2 points of entry that you know of here, and that's the 2 doors from the start that are down each of the hallways.
Mhm.
There'd be there and there,
Mhm.
but they're also that kind of blends in with the floor. I'm sorry, that's poor map making on my part. Along the side, there are doorways on both sides of the hallway, but you don't know where those go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just hold him here then. I will not, because at this point, if they go out, then I'm in the same position that if we're in the office anyway.
All right. That brings us to Seth.
All right, then. Well, given where I am and all that's going on over there, I'm going to go ahead and move. Wait, stop that. Oh, game's paused. I can't move anything.
Oh, apologies.
That's okay. I was just like, 30. Yeah, double move.
Okay.
Now I'm watching what I believe is a waffle stomp on some poor schmuck.
Yes.
I almost feel bad for him, but then I'm like, pass turn.
All right.
Oh, actually, while in motion, I will sheathe my blade.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Bring this to this guard. Who's here, and he hands you. He goes to hand you, then realizes you're a monkey. He has a set of manacles. So he is going to then just try and like get in beside you and work with you to put manacles on the demon, the devil. Yeah, that's just an action to do. He spends his action locking him in, and then Barbaros, your turn.
Barbaros is gonna be charging around the corner. If it lets me. Come on, game, just do the thing. 1, 2.
Nah, that'd be too easy.
So charging around the corner, seeing them trying to like pin this creature to the ground, shouting, "Make sure you pin the face! Those bombs are deadly!" Literally watch that thing attack us with them.
Yes.
And that's it.
Balchinian! He's a Balchinian!
He's a Balchinian K.
Fucking beautiful.
Get him!
reference. I love that. All
All
right.
names.
That brings it to it's Talon's turn. Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna stop right behind you, Barbaros, because he can't get much further without trying to push past you, so he just follows along. That brings it to Mariah. She is going to gingerly try and just step out of there without crushing anybody, because she's fucking huge at the moment. And does she have anything she can do to be a real assistance? Let me look at your... Don't fucking think so. Hold on, new paladin, who it is? No, she's got nothing. So she's just gonna hold her turn in case the thing escapes. She will attempt to grapple it also. Gonna run up. Seeing that, yeah, he is going to. Yeah, he's gonna run up and use his set of manacles to chain the devil's legs as well. It's his turn. And Veldrith is just going to spend her turn cheering you guys on, because she has spent a lot of magic and is feeling kind of tired.
Does she have pom-poms? So this is information I need.
You need to know it, though.
I do. It's
I
for
mean-
personal use.
Are you sure?
Very important.
It's for my headcanon.
You're...
Pom poms made out of other bearded devil's heads. Sure stuff.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no.
No, she did. There's
I
not
can't-
enough.
I like-
There's
I'm
not enough
into that.
left. She turned them to ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking vaporized them.
I'm pretty sure she can coop enough of it together.
Oh, gross. Henry, freeze this, won't you?
Freeze this.
Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna say that's the end of that round. That brings us all the way to the end. The devil is fully restrained, so I'm gonna take us out of initiative there. So, the devil is just straining and growling, but those are fairly strong manacles. they are made to hold people, and he's not people, Tibby.
Not people.
It's not people, Timmy.
Not people.
Anyone who ever watches, like, what is this reference?
Yeah, who is Tippy?
Why
it's
do their
okay.
voices all go deep and gravelly when they do that?
Yeah.
I just have that.
Why do I feel gross when they do that?
Yeah. Something's. Oh, it's
That's
addressing
apropos.
me with its eyes.
He's addressing you with his voice.
Tibby will exist in this world eventually.
In all worlds, forever.
I'm gonna kill him.
It's okay. Cadwin's a tree.
Yay! So I don't have a speaking role.
Oh no.
Oh no!
You
it's
do.
Oh,
a
no.
speaking
This
tree.
is
No.
Forgotten Realms. Friends exist.
Yep. I saw it and I was like, oh, it's gonna be a fucking crazy old hermit in his talking tree. Yes!
So,
Do Trent skip morning wood?
God damn it. God damn it.
Remember when we were playing D&D?
No,
Sorry.
I don't.
This is D&D.
I was like,
Oh, it was beautiful.
Henry will yell out, I don't know if he's a spellcaster or not, but make sure to cover his mouth.
Oh, do it.
I
Dude.
take him by the back of the head and I slam his head into the ground to knock him out.
He looks dazed after the first one, but is not unconscious.
I do it again.
All right, two or three more smacks into the ground based on the resistance to damage, and he.
I'm just imagining Kong just grabbing and just whack, whack, and then looks at it upside down. It's like still awake. Whack, whack.
The ape is a medium creature. Like I'm bigger than you.
Yes, everything's bigger than me.
That is also true.
That's beautiful.
Maping out.
So after a few like smashing of the face into the ground, eventually the devil goes limp, but is still alive.
Kind
It's a
of.
relative term for devils. I
Well,
feel
they're not people, so they're really alive.
That's
gonna say.
debate.
They breathe and they think.
Pat doesn't think they're real, so.
No, I
Just
said
they're
they're.
monsters.
The problem is you're discerning them as different.
Ah,
It's like it's a werewolf. It's a vampire. You know, a very easy like thing that they all fall under.
a-
Monsters.
it's a shape.
every
It's a
one of them.
shape changer.
It's a monster. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah. People get due process. Monsters get put down.
I will go up to the captain. You're going to be tired for a moment, but bear with it, and I'll release concentration on enlarge. So she'll have her moment of exhaustion, and then be
Yeah,
able,
that's
and then
like
be
a
able.
round.
That's taste. That's not
That's
enlarged.
haste.
Oh, the taste. Never mind. I don't know why I'm. It's that enhancement spell stuff.
It's not to say that he just doesn't feel like you'd be lethargic.
All right. She shrinks back down.
I like that you
Chew a
call it
little
an
bit.
enhancement spell. It's
Chew
like
a little bit of willow
Blue Chew
bark
of
and you'll feel
D&D.
better. Oh, jeez.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Henry, you said this thing might be a spellcaster, right?
I'm not sure. I know.
You know-
I know some of them have inherent abilities.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
start pulling out a few vials. There's other ways besides stopping the mouth or hands to stop a spellcaster, you know?
Well, yes.
Or dipping needles into this acid. They have to see what they're casting a spell at.
that
Jesus
that
Christ.
seems excessive.
Right.
Again, it's still excessive, but I have heard of removing the tongue when there's verbal components. I'm not recommending that.
We need
Tarek
to
turns
Slowly
back
puts
into-
away his knife.
Yeah, Tarek
Done?
turns back into Tarek. You realize if you cut out its tongue, it's not gonna be able to tell us anything.
No,
it
I
makes it more
understand.
difficult.
Its eyes.
I
Can't see.
I understand. I don't normally keep things hostage and try to get information out of them. We had a rogue for that.
Gesture over my shoulder. I guess this is Valnera's show from here.
Fane will look to the guard who had the manacles. Do you have chains? Once it wakes up, it'll be using those face tentacles.
They still do refer to it as a beard.
Yeah, and he points to the door behind you, and he walks just past you and opens it up, and it is essentially, it looks like a small armory, but it's full of just different manacles and chains and different cuffs and things like that. It's a cop armory.
Okay. Vane will dig through and pull out some chains to basically wrap around the neck of the guy, and just chain
The beard to him.
face tentacles to him.
Give me a dex check.
If he's saying he's getting assistance from the guards who chain things up for a living, could he get advantage of it?
I will take that into account for the DC.
Okay.
There is only one guard living currently.
The captain's there.
That's
22
true.
dex.
22?
Yeah, but she's overhead.
You are fairly confident that you have used a combination of manacles and chains to secure these beard tentacles.
Excellent. I do not like them. They were not fun.
What? Come on. They were great.
Weird,
Yes.
a man's lower jaw wrapping around your neck. You know, it doesn't seem fun.
There's
mean-
some squid-headed creatures that do similar, except they normally eat your brain after all tentacles get upon them.
There's some
So
If
scooping up some of the ash from some of the other corpses.
If you're lucky. Otherwise, you become something else.
Well, this is incredibly gruesome. What do we do with it now?
Is it sad that I want to cut one of those beards off to keep as so I can do research on it?
Yes, maiming a captive is bad.
Well, if it were people. It's a monster.
It's,
It doesn't have rights.
We'll have a talk about that later. Generally, we used to chain them up. We'd put them in the basement. The rogue would do his thing, and I would try not to think about it. The occasional scream echoing from the basement, and then he'd walk out with information. So I'm not entirely sure what to do past this point.
Is it bleeding any?
It is pouring black ichor currently.
Excellent. I will collect some of that as well in one of my empty bottles.
Fane also nods their head to the very large chain devil lying dead on the ground. Shrugs.
Barbarous.
Yoink. Collecting whatever I
Praxis.
can off that.
Cracks his claws. We caught a scout once in the wars. Creatures like this I know very little, but I know they don't really care much for pain.
I'd imagine not. I mean, just look at that thing. It's already painful enough for me.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if your constitution can't bear it, old man, I suggest you find some other place to dwell.
I just don't like to see undue harm to anyone.
That's
Yes, I'm
understandable.
sure they say the same thing about their cookpots when they're stuffing women and children inside of them. Let's get this thing out of here. Where's the warden?
She's smaller now, but she's still here.
Point to the slightly smaller lady.
Mariah, she is actually currently in having a conversation with Velnerith, Braun, and Talon. And
Where do you get
Velnerith
this
then
thing?
walks over to you, Henry, and she gets down on one knee and gets on eye level with you and tells you that she is going, Talon and Braun are going to escort her across town safely so she can attempt to send communications to the Ceaseless Flame to let them know what's going on, because this is a much worse scenario than you expected.
We're gonna need a purge squad.
Well, first,
all right,
we need to get out of here.
That sounds fine. Just be safe. We don't know how many are left.
Exactly the point. They know it, probably right now that we attacked this location, and that we need to get this prisoner out of this spot and away from seeing and prying eyes. They're gonna come back and probably in force.
Do we have a I gesture to the captain and the one guard that is left. Do we have a safe house of some kind, variety?
That's that tower just outside of town that we cleared.
As Mariah looks around, she goes, unfortunately, this was what I assumed to be the safe house. I never expected corruption within my own halls.
There's also that fortification that was a few days' travel to the east.
What,
It's over a river.
What wasn't that where we saw the chain devil first?
It was. I don't suspect they'd be going back to an area that's already been devastated. But the tower seems best.
I do agree with the tower that having a pseudo celestial avatar of some variety keeping them out may be beneficial.
Yes, if we brought a hot beaten devil to death in front of him, you might be get a reward for it. Maybe get a few extra strikes in.
Nice pat on the back, I suppose.
As long as the imposter one isn't back, that could be detrimental.
Fair enough.
It could be detrimental.
Well, if we're going to try to get this thing out of here without it being seen by any of its potential cohorts, I'll go ahead and gather my canvas from my bag and grab my axe beak so that we can throw him over the back and just carry him out.
Manacles for the feet and the arms, bag his head, and look like any bounty they were taking in.
Possibility.
That's a good plan.
Is there a decent sized rug anywhere?
Looks like there's one inside of there.
I was just say, go ahead and roll a perception or investigation check, depending on how you want to go about it.
13 investigation.
As you search around, you step into Jonah's office and see that there is a large red carpet on the floor.
It is not like a beautiful ornate thing. It is just a like carpet, right?
Yeah.
Fane points. I don't think we care much about his comfort.
I'm on it. I'll scoop up the carpet and drop it down so we can roll him into it like a sushi roll.
I'm gonna follow Fane in, and I'm gonna just start ripping apart the Jonas desk, looking for any like demon correspondence or.
Yeah.
Roll me an investigation check, please.
You know what? That's a good plan. Somebody else help him. Henry, you might know something as well.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, anything that looks like if I find anything with like glyphs or anything, I just throw it at Henry.
I will assist in the search.
Okay, so
Anything that doesn't look like it should be there.
Yes.
And I have advantage, and I also have my D4 from guidance.
Yep.
I am sad. I was just going through my notes.
Good thing I have advantage because that was an 8.
Find the Planetar's
was
name, and I have 5 sessions of notes that are missing.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah. Sessions 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all gone from my fucking doc.
What the hell?
Oh, fun.
Is there like a second version of it somewhere?
No, I literally just have the one doc. I have it all set up, and literally those 5 sessions are just missing.
Don't they
Yikes.
expire?
Well, I still have sessions 1, 2, 3, and 4, so no.
Anyway, I rolled a 16.
16. As you are going through, this desk seems to just have lots of official papers. Orders from the magistrate, bounty orders, payment receipts for bounties. Nothing demonic here.
Okay. I turn to Mariah. Does he have a quarters anywhere, either here or elsewhere?
He doesn't have quarters here, but has a home. I don't know where it is.
Start rummaging through the body's pockets. Looking for keys, anything of that nature.
Which bodies? All of them?
Jonas.
Or Jonas? Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
search the dead innocent guards.
I mean, if they don't obviously look monstrous, then yeah, I'll leave them alone.
There's one dead human that Jonas killed, and then there's the 3
He's the
dead bearded
culprit.
devils and Jonas dead.
He's the culprit. Get him.
There you
All
While
names.
he is searching through that, I will.
go. 14.
Actually, good.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say. I was gonna pull the captain's cloak. Could I? I'm sorry. My curiosity is killing me. Could I look at the book now?
Back to that. That's good.
Mr. Nobilis, I appreciate your curiosity. I don't think we have time. I really think we must be going before we're all, I don't know, murdered.
You always have time to search for the knowledge.
Darling, if we survive this, you can have the book, okay? We need to go.
I will take that.
Victory
Finally
through
got what he
stubbornness.
wanted.
Victory through stubbornness. Just gotta outlast them.
I saved your life. Can I look at that book now?
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
That's what seemed to have time.
with a 14, you do find just a small like keyring that has 3 keys on it. You get a small pouch that has 17 gold, 6 silver, and 4 copper in it.
I'll toss that over to the captain. Heads up.
Ooh, she takes it.
I believe these still technically are funds that belong to the constabulary.
Hell, you can take it. And she just throws it back.
Yeah. Alright then. We'll divvy it up later.
Somebody right
He
there.
had a keyring with 3 keys. Do you know of any 3 locks that he might have needed here? This will help me at least weigh down which ones are which.
She points at one of them. She goes, "That's the key to the front. It's the same key all the way through except my office. So that one there." And she points to like a heavy wrought iron key.
Okay. And these other ones are the ones we got currently to work with. We can't exactly canvass the locals to see where Jonas lived.
And we should theoretically be going. It was
Agreed.
There was a fair amount of the individuals in town that were, if I remember correctly, not human. It seems to be the coined phrase that this group has taken.
Well, definitely not of this. The gestures at the corpses. Persuasion.
Very fair.
Right. Mariah straightens up. Goes, right. We wrapped up the body. Keys. I think you said we should go to the tower.
It seems like the safest location we can think of. Also we're not used. Besides Barbaros, we're not really used to the area very well.
It seems like the best neutral location that we could assume hasn't been compromised.
Yes. Well, people this close to me have been compromised. I don't trust anywhere that I can go.
Understood.
So now we have to sneak out of here.
Oh, before we go, just a piece of information. If I have something I could use at some point if we get into a bit of a scuffle. But I just recommend that if it's something you want me to use, just maybe take like 5 steps back from whatever it is you want me to use it on. It has a big area of effect.
Is this to hurt our enemies, or
Hurt more keep them still.
all right? Good to know.
Are we adopting the guard captain?
Mhm.
This is gonna-
Apparently,
She's our friendly neighborhood NPC.
for now.
Okay, so are we going to try to sneak our way out of here?
We could try. Be our best bet.
I have something that can help. That's why I'm asking.
Ah, excellent.
Oh,
I
lost
cast
I
Pass
do.
Without Trace.
Hey, love pass without
Perfect.
trace.
For the next hour, we have a +10 to stealth checks.
Hell yeah. Okay. So,
Also, we don't leave footprints.
that's a beautiful thing. I love that. Pass Without Trace is so good. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one. So, this is going to be a...
Ignore the dice I just rolled. I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
Got a nat 20 with it too.
Yeah, wasting a nat 20, Jesus.
It was
This is
Scorching
going
Ray
to be
right below
a
it.
skill
I
trial.
would like to pocket that.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
I
going to be
actually
a skill
messed up.
trial to get out of the town without being seen. So, based on what your plan is, how you intend to get out, that will change what the checks are, and adjust the DCs accordingly. So, you've wrapped up the body. Mariah is with you. Cast Pass Without Trace. What are you guys attempting to do?
Do you have a small cart, like something that would normally be pulled by a donkey? Or a single horse?
I have a horse. I don't have a cart. There are plenty of carts in town. The gods have.
I was just... Right, I was only asking. The Axebeak could easily have drug it. Nope. Yeah. How do we want to go about this then, gents?
The Auroros, you're the most well versed, I think, in the layout of the town. Do you have a direction that we should be starting in to be able to get where we need
Gag
to
to that
go?
creature. Yeah.
I'd see
You
it.
gag to that creature then, right?
Oh, he's wrapped in a rug on the back of the
Alright.
set's bird.
See, I don't like the idea that they weren't seen. We can't count on that. We go past the gate guards, we don't know how deeply they're infiltrated. It's another way out. Yeah, it's by the rivers. We go out by the dock and we move around the outside edge of town. We travel down the river a little bit and then we cross at a small fording there. If we're lucky, and there's been no rains in the past, I don't know if it's the rain, we cross over at a fording, we walk from there. Should be.
Seems good.
Other than that, there's a few farmers' fields that haven't brought in any of the harvest for the year that'll give us a good screen. I'll just have to come up with an excuse to distract them so the dogs don't come out and chase us away.
I have a second idea. How far, DM? How far away was the farm that we went to in our for our first mission? Was it further away than the tower?
So the Kobold encampment.
Yeah, but it was a farm. It used to be a farm.
That is further away than the tower. The
Further away, okay.
encampment took roughly like a half a day to get to. The tower took a couple of hours. Like it took like the
Never mind.
morning.
Tarek doesn't say any of that. I speak. About what time is it?
Fair.
Let's roll.
We did a lot
roll
of
me a
moving
survival
around.
check.
There was a lot of discussion in the office.
Yeah, go. Just roll me a survival check.
Okay. All right, +5 to that. Sick.
Nice.
14.
14. It's early afternoon.
Early afternoon. We could stay in here until the nightfall.
I think the worry is that the reinforcements may arrive.
It's true.
This was
Oh, with any
certainly
luck.
not all of them.
With any luck, if we could act as if nothing has transpired, mayhap leave here as if we had just collected a bounty. Go out one at a time, find a location of the in the town that we wish to reconvene quickly,
Oh,
in
like
case
the
there's
idea.
a spotter outside.
we get-
question, Barbaros. Did you when you went out? I heard you fetched the individuals that they lent us aid during all of this.
Yes.
Was there any eyes prying, in a sense, to what you were doing? That was
Yeah.
not who you were trying to.
Unfortunately, it's a village, and there's very little that goes on out here, so there's prying eyes all the time. You rarely question it when a milkmaid, a housewife, and a farmer, a wood chopper comes out and looks at something strange happening. Hell, if someone puts up an odd scarecrow, it'll be the talk of the whole town for a week. There's always prying eyes. I'm rattled myself that this has gone on for as long and as deep as it could, considering how long I've lived here. Tells you that they're thick and thick everywhere. Now, I still say we go out by either the farm or the dockyards, and we move our way around the river across the fording. If we get separated, we meet back up further downstream at that large rock that, what was it, Henry, you got ejected across it?
I try not that I forget a lot of things, but that one has been stuck in there for a bit.
Good, then you'll remember it. So if we get separated and we have something happen to us, we should meet back there.
Mariah chimes in. She goes, your friend Seth, he makes a valid point. If you all leave as if nothing happened, I'm capable. I can make do on my own.
Very well.
What do we do with the As I point to the rug.
We take it out with us. Get a
Throw it
hand
on
cut.
Throw it on the back of my mount. No problem.
Yeah.
I don't I don't want to take away from a good plan, but isn't this the place where you drop off the bounty, not take it out?
It's a rug. It's not a person. It's just a rug. Throw it amongst the rest of my saddlebags. It'd be hardly noticeable.
DM, how person-shaped does this rug look?
I also have enough canvas inside of my saddlebags to rewrap it.
I'll say if we do that, probably.
Say the bearded devils are not. They're humanoid, but they're kind of like. They have jutting limbs and stuff. So this is fairly not just a
misshapen
rolled
rug.
up- Yeah, it's a misshapen rug. It needs a good broom beating.
Fane, you can beat that, right? We give him a broom, it'll be the same as a quarterstaff. It'd be devastating in his hand.
That's true, dude.
Wouldn't we want it to be lumpy so we can, if somebody asks, we could say we're replacing it?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
How dare you, man! I am not a potato!
Fucking
I'm
potato! There was this perfect pause in everybody, and then just chimed straight through. That's gonna be so much fun to say at work tomorrow.
It was priceless. It was like there was the perfect lull
It
in the
was
conversation.
That's my wife.
It might as well have just been somebody heckling us in the game, period. Like just one of the
Holy
comments,
shit.
You fucking potato. It's like,
It's just a fish wife just on the side, like, hey there, over there, what you doing, you bunch of potatoes? Look at you, bunch of stinky idiots.
She's always good for ambiance noise.
get back in the wash basin, you
Sweet
rabbit.
sounds.
I get about one comment a week on Mutant Epoch stream. Like, heard your wife in the background. Like, thank you.
Always. Perpetually. Did she say anything bannable?
Only once.
Yeah.
At this point, you
Only
just need to
once.
make it as like part of a lottery. It's like
What did Renee say?
write down what you remember her saying.
I'll do a
Put it, in the
giveaway.
put it in the
I'll do a
comments
giveaway.
below.
But yes, I think okay. So we wrap the rug up a bit more, make it look less like a body, stack it with his luggage on the back of his bird. and then we have Barbaros lead in the direction that we need to go to be able to get out of here without being seen and pass
Okay.
without a trace.
So
I agree. Our best bet is to just not be conspicuous.
first
No
and
need to
foremost,
skulk about.
So you're using up some canvas that you have in your pack,
Mhm.
and you further wrap up the lumpy carpet. And now you're going to carry it outside and try to tie it to the back of your bird in front of the guardhouse. Okay.
It's a bunch of potatoes that I bought.
Are you trying to do this without being seen, or are you trying to do this inconspicuously?
Inconspicuous. As if this was just day-to-day operations.
Yeah, I imagine
Anyone
it's,
asked?
it's
Jonas asked me to take this down, or take this sack of bad potatoes out to the refuse pile.
it's a
Okay.
building. It's got an alleyway.
I
It's got
need
someplace
a
where the
group-
kids
I
can
would
go
say you
swimming.
could probably get the guard to help you, so it makes it look even less conspicuous.
Uh-huh. Does Henry voice that?
Yes.
Okay, Henry voices that.
Well, because
So-
he goes out and he's now trying to carry the devil wrapped in a blanket, and that shit's heavy and awkward. So Henry would immediately go over to one of the guards, clap him on the back of the leg. All right, good, be nice, give him a hand.
Okay, so I need a group deception check,
Oh,
and the DC is lowered because the guard is assisting me.
my deception's not a negative. I'm surprised.
Do I have to? I am not attempting to deceive anybody. Do I have to roll anyway?
This is a group check, yeah. You are all trying to be inconspicuous as this, as you try to fucking just throw a body in your trunk out in front of the police station.
Gotta do
That did
something.
not go
Yeah.
through.
Fine, I will roll my.
DM, I got a
negative
6.
1 on deception.
Hey,
But
That's
that's
the second as fast as I thought.
I'll say 6 is that tracks for Henry.
okay.
Still did better than me, and I actually have a bonus.
What did you get?
Not good, is what he got.
Tarek got a 10, but like with a negative. I got an 8 with a bonus.
See, I like this though because like Barbaros is just this is day-to-day activity. This is just normal. This is fine. Fane is just generally an unreadable person. Henry's uncomfortable with the entire situation, and Seth is literally carrying a body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, not my first time. Within the
Yeah.
week, apparently.
Okay.
This is very thematic. I like it.
Can we add the
Okay.
plus 10 from the stealth? From the
No, you can't.
Oh my god.
All right. So, as I said before, this is going to be a skill check trial to get out of here without being accosted by more demons and or devils. So, going to be 4 checks, and they will all be group checks. That was your first, and it's a fail. But first failure does not stop you yet. So as you walk out, Seth, you have the carpet over your shoulder. The guard is also carrying the other end, and you start to put it on the back of your axe beat. And the guard slips, and the chained tentacles come out of the side of the carpet. And there is clear black ichor dripping down on the outside now.
Well, it's happened. All I'm going to do is act like nothing happened. Like, yep, clumsy oaf. Pick him up and set up there. Tuck the beard in.
Alright. So, you've
Kick some dirt over the ichor.
gross. Just like, it's like the kitty litter on oil.
It's exactly like, well, can't have anybody slip in this.
Okay.
That's a fine waiting to happen.
So, you have mounted the body onto the back of the bird. You are all outside. Mariah has stayed inside, and the guard returns inside as well. What are you doing?
We
I'm
make
with
our,
Barbaros.
so we make our way out. Barbaros leads in that regard, and we follow in a casual manner and try to be subtle but stealthy. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. Fly casual.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just act like nothing wrong.
Alright.
People are more attentive to the fact that you are hiding something than
I
you just
I am
wander
wearing
around.
a hard hat and a clipboard.
There you go. Just
Beautiful.
like you own the place.
Yeah.
Official business, everything's fine here.
God. Hey, that's the secret of never getting freaking. Everyone thinks you're doing something. Have that clipboard.
Oh yeah.
We fired that
Use it
guy.
to do it on a project site to get out of crap.
I know.
Like when you're wandering around trying to get out of work in the bees, just like carry a blue folder, act like you're going somewhere on purpose.
No,
I
know
with
a
a
guy
desk
who-
job, all you have to do is make sure you just have a loading screen on your screen. That's all. That's all you need. A file transfer loading screen, and you're golden. You look like you're just waiting for that to be done.
Rendering.
Smart man.
Yes,
Smart man.
a rendering or what have you.
Why
Just
aren't you
always have that going.
multitasking?
I can't work on the thing until it's done.
I know a guy who has a clipboard in his car, and he uses it exclusively to walk into hotels and use their printer.
I like
Oh my
it.
god.
That's
You know what?
beautiful.
That is.
That's a proper
really
agent of
good.
chaos. I'm here for it.
That's
He's a
so
college professor.
good.
Next time you
Oh,
see that guy,
God.
give him my kudos.
I haven't seen him in a long time. He's a college professor, though. He works at UMass.
Barbaros, you are leading this group
Yeah.
out of town. Are you going to go down the main street, trying to be casual, or are you going to attempt to go down the side streets? How are you attempting to get out of town unnoticed?
Main streets, because that was what everyone was saying, is that obvious location is the best place to hide, and kind of mix in with the mash of people in their middle days, and we'll just kind of lead the horse through, keeping an eye out for anybody that could be doing the they're over there, the pointing. Now the thing that I might not be expecting to hit me is I did send out a large group of people to find other people, and I haven't seen them yet, so I don't know how that's going to pan out. Because there was supposed to be, I was trying to create a bit of a ruckus in the town to root out devils.
Yep.
And,
Absolutely no way that can't come back and bite us in the ass.
Yeah,
course
right.
not.
There's absolutely no way that kid could not just turn awful.
Absolute last ditch effort. I still have one smoke grenade left.
So that is also rotating in the back of my mind. Like, I haven't seen any of those yet. And I mumble that to the back. I caused quite a bit of a stir earlier, and I haven't seen any of the men that were supposed to start rallying around the prisons. This worries me.
Here's hoping they haven't already been picked off.
If they've been picked off already, those were old soldiers, not layabouts like young men with fresh beards and green blades. These were old men.
Well, that's why I'd be more concerned. It means that what they were fighting was clearly stronger.
Stronger and already knew our movements.
Exactly.
Keep your eyes peeled. Henry,
Yes.
how many smells do you have left?
A few.
We're gonna need something distracting, large, flashy.
I point to my baby X-Beak. It's a large creature. What happens if it gets
No.
bigger?
No, not like that. We still need to keep the cargo on it. I need something to be able to toss something in the distance to be able to keep the crowd frazzled and people distracted, if we need it.
I can make a giant ball of fire.
You know, I
We've
can
got
do it.
fire, we've got magic, and we've got science. We've got a few options.
No, like
If you find a situation that where you need a distraction, let me know. I could try to find something to off in the distance to fall with some heft that would make a clatter.
I'll say the word bell. I'll mix it into a sentence somehow.
I will attempt to remember that.
I can't wait for you to forget that.
So we're gonna go with the idea of code word in case any of us spot somebody identifying us.
Yeah, try to
Wandering
thread
eyes
into
that won't leave us.
Try to no, bells the emergency word to set off the show, and we run.
Understood.
All right. I do not move fast.
I understand that.
I'm actually going
Yeah.
to scoop Henry up and put him in the saddle.
Oh,
There you go. Worst case scenario, she's the fastest little critter I've ever grazed. She'll get you out of here and get you safe.
That does fix the situation.
And to be fair, I look over at Fane. I've seen you move. You're fast. If it comes down to it, you two run like the wind. We'll cover up. We'll cover as quickly as we can and catch up.
I go over and I cinch the straps up so they can actually reach Henry's feet. Remember.
Thank you.
Absolute worst case scenario, she'll catch you in her beak and carry you.
Don't grind the
Newborn
beak.
babe.
Yeah, don't grind the beak and pull back the reins. Heels down, legs in.
Look at you. It's almost like you've rode one before.
Henry hits like a muscle memory situation, and you watch him like feet in stirrups, grab the reins properly, and like just start guiding it like it's nothing. Just like absent-mindedly, like his body is taken over where his mind has forgotten.
Barbara just steps back, because his eyes wide open, like, huh?
You're a better teacher than I thought, Lizard.
I'm not taking credit for that. Then I continue leading them through the street.
So I'm going to adjust the skill check to make more sense, and I brought this back and adjusted for the previous check. So instead of group checks, which won't work for this, Barros, with you leading this part, what skill and specifically how are you attempting to go forward? What skill do you want to use, and how do you do it?
Well, I guess I'm putting on a performance. This is an act.
Okay.
Since it's non-communicative, I'm not actually talking to anybody. I'm not deceiving anybody openly. I'm play acting, trying to act casual.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
So these aren't group checks; they're individuals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Realized the group check would have worked because in my head I was like, all right, stealth checks. I'm like, no, they're not stealthing, and that, yeah, it doesn't work that way.
The only one in 5e that kind of like has a precedence for group checking, stealth or perception.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Browse. It's usually more, okay. Fucking.
Yeah, I'd say worst case scenario based on whoever is relevant to the scene.
Precisely.
Yeah, you have a troupe of actors, and they all have to perform.
And with a 19, Barros, you are.
I do know how to play a lute.
Yes, you are a local here. You make a good show of just showing your new friends that people have seen you around town with, kind of just around town. You know, you've got the old man up on the axe beak, and you're guiding it, and you're just showing all these new folks around Ingswich, and a few people wave to you, a couple of guards nod. What is... yeah, Tark, what's your passive perception? I believe you have the highest, and Fane might be a close runner-up, actually.
I believe it's a 16. 1 second. Passive perception. 15, sorry.
Fane, yeah, same realm?
Yeah, I'm at 14, yeah.
Okay, close enough. Tark, you do clock a couple of guards that seem to eye you a little suspiciously, but they don't move to engage you in any way. But yeah, you are then making your way. And are you going south or east, Barbaros? There's two exits to the city. There's the south exit through the Crystal Hill Farthing, and there's the east down the main thoroughfare. Which leads to all the farmland.
Tammy?
I'm sorry, freaking. I had the alt tab and I lost the audio.
Tell me. Are we going out of the south or the east?
We're going to be going out of the south gate.
Okay, so you head down through the Crystal Hill Farthing. and you see the stables and the entrance to the city. It comes into sight. Barbaros. As you were going, you see a man, a familiar man. One of the men that Talon sent to gather forces. And he's just leaning against a building. And he's staring at you.
So Barbaros has a tell. And being a bit of an older man, whenever he's nervous or thinking about something, he always taps his book that he has chained to his side. And that's usually, again, it's his rumination. And it's also kind of like it's the idea of someone stroking the hilt of their weapon.
Yep.
Mm.
That's his weapon. And so he is, running his claw across the spine. And it's something, Seth, you've seen Barbaros do when he's nervous about something.
I'm gonna pick up the pace slightly and bump into Barbaros. Just not bad, like not a proper bump, but just a bump so that he knows me. Sorry about that. Lean in. It's okay, lizard. Don't worry.
Block it. Watch him.
Understood.
I sent him out. I don't know why he's eyeball fucking me now.
If I had to guess, it would seem somebody's wearing him.
As I hiss into the back, Tarek.
Oh, what's going on?
Check our back. Feign a flank.
I turn around and check our back.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
1 second. 18.
18. You do clock a few guards. Just shifting through the crowd discreetly. If you weren't actively looking for them, you probably wouldn't have noticed them. And you do catch, as you turn and scan through the crowd, you do see a few of the shifts, like, oh, like the very obvious, oh, I wasn't looking at you, or I wasn't doing that, the flip up and read the paper style thing.
Newspapers!
Probably half a dozen different people quickly shift their attention away from you.
I turn to the group. Do you guys hear that bell?
Boom. I charged the dude in front of me. That's the front.
I'm gonna roll a d20 and just see if Henry remembers what that means.
I love
What is it? 10 or higher. He remembers. 4. Does not remember. Does not remember what that was.
I'm gonna speak to Fane. Fane, in the reins, go.
Okay, so in this moment we are still in the skill check. You were not in combat here. So the next person can use a skill and describe what they're going to do to get you out of this situation. So if anybody has any great ideas, this is the time to use your creativity.
Henry's confused.
I have a question.
Yep.
How large is this crowd?
I was gonna say, how far across is the road?
That's a good point too.
This road is roughly it's like a wide cobbled road from building to building. It's probably about 20 feet right now.
Enough for like two large carts to easily go by each other and still have thoroughfare for people to walk.
Do I want to make a new problem? I kind of want to make a new problem.
We are a problem.
Yeah. I'd like to be welcome back in the city, though. Although I'd love to be fair, everybody's a devil. Maybe we don't want to.
I was gonna say, to be fair, we can probably be welcomed back by the people.
Yeah, you don't want to burn the city down.
No, I was gonna dig a massive trench with mold earth.
That's fine. Trench could be filled with dirt.
Yeah, that could be repaired.
It's the whole world. There's dirt everywhere.
That's fair. I use
dirt.
dirt. I start using mold earth, and I use it about 20 feet across. I can do chunks of 5 by 5 by 5. So I'm gonna just make a 5-foot pit across over the course of less than 30 seconds. I'm gonna make a 5-foot pit across the road.
Nice.
Okay.
Just a little outfit. So Barbaros is charging forward and using Dragon Fear.
Beautiful. Okay, so with you doing that and you doing that spell, what check is it? Jesus. Go ahead and roll me, Tarek, roll me an Arcana or a Nature check, and I'll give you an advantage because Barbaros is also scaring the person in front of you, or using his fear and giving you time to do this.
They're both the same. I'm gonna use nature because I am a druid.
Might as well. Henry might get mad if you do the Arcana. We're like, I sensed someone
Natural
doing Arcana.
20?
Fucking
Crit?
beautiful.
Nice.
So, rapidly, as Seth mentions the bell, Barbaros, you spread out your dragon fear aura, and you watch the fucking red-haired man who's eyeing you freeze up. And Tarek, as you clock these guys behind you, you just sink into your magic, and instantly a trench appears behind you, and you all turn and run. That
Put the dirt somewhere. So I just take the dirt and I just like. Is there an alleyway?
there's a handful of alleyways leading off of this.
I'm just gonna chuck the dirt into an alleyway. So now this is an alleyway with, let's see, 20 by 5 by with 500 cubic feet of earth.
That alleyway's fucking full.
Some poor, like, potential freaking joy bean deal back there has gone sour now.
Oh, God. Hey, there was a harlot earning her meal back there, and not anymore.
No. Oh,
Okay,
now she's dirty.
Oh, no. So, you all make a break for it, and you get to the city gates. And you're clearing the way. Now is the last skill check. Who wants to take this to try and break free of the city and not be followed? Who wants to do it? And what are you going to try to do?
Question. Edge of the city, town, what have you. Is it a wall? A archway? What
The
are we
city
looking
is
at?
walled. It's like a patchwork of like wooden and like clay palisades that encompass the town.
How sturdy does the archway that we're going through look? Is it aged? Is it worn? Has it been here a long time?
Roll me a perception check.
Let's see. It's 12.
12. It's well made. It's hewn from wood and then just packed on with clay and other types of earth. It's thick. This wall is about 15 feet thick.
Right. I'm less looking for like the whole integrity of the wall, and I'm trying to find like a weak spot.
The archway where the doors open and close repeatedly at night. There is wear and tear here from the daily moon.
Does it look worn enough that I think it could come down with the right provocation?
Yes.
Cool. Henry, as everybody passes through, will pull in the reins, hold for half a second as everybody goes through the archway, that I want to go through the archway. And Henry will cast Magnify Gravity, specifically on the location that is weak, to collapse the archway and create that doorway inaccessible.
Fucking beautiful. Okay, read to me what Magnify Gravity does. I mean, it sounds obvious, but
It's literally obvious. Gravity within a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your you can see within range. At the moment, each creature in the sphere, when you cast a spell, must make a Constitution saving throw. On a fail, the creature takes 2d8 force damage, and its speed is halved until the end of your next turn. So, it doubles the gravity in a space, pretty much.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
I can do that.
And the DC is adjusted because you're using the spell to do this.
Only an 11, so not great.
Okay.
If I upcast it, can I have the DC lower?
You can, sure.
I will upcast it one.
Okay. Good thing you do, because you missed the DC, but with the upcast, you just beat the DC. It was a 12, and upcasting it brings it down to a 10.
Cool.
So as you all run through, Henry pulls up on the reins, turns around, throws his hand out, and describe to me the spell as it fires off.
So Henry will pull up on the reins, turn slightly. You all think I'm insane because Henry just gets lost in what he's doing sometimes. He'll reach out with his hand, and you'll see a purple energy leave his fingers. It will reach up to a section on the wall, and then you'll start hearing a loud crunching sound as the wall then starts to fold in on itself and then collapse into the space. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Alright. The wall crumbles down, and you all beat feet off into the distance with no obvious pursuers. Good job. That was the success.
Yay!
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it,
So-
guys.
You guys making your way towards the tower or the encampment?
Tower.
That seemed to be up in the air.
Tower, if I remember correctly.
Tower is closer and seems to be the better stronghold for us.
Okay. So, you all head off, and a few hours later, the tower comes into sight. Yeah. There you go. As you come into the clearing, with still no signs of the encampment, you do, Tarek, you do see that there are still quite a few crows. Here, crows, ravens, flitting about in this space. Pretty sure it's ravens.
I cast Scorching Ray.
Brutal.
No, I don't do that. Don't do that.
That's so mean.
Rude.
We have
We
to
can
have
have
some
dinner.
sort of dinner.
Yeah, I was saying it's free dinner.
Savage.
It's already cooked and everything.
I'm not sure there's enough meat on any of them to
I was
really
gonna
be a decent
say,
meal.
each of them is gonna be a bite at best.
That's why you kill a lot of them.
Ravens
As
are
someone
pretty
who's eaten
big
wild
birds.
pheasant, you have to kill a lot.
We really
I can
do.
make a bunch of Scorching Rays.
Jesus Christ.
The question is, can you hit a bunch of scorching rays?
On ravens, I certainly hope so.
I don't know. Once you shoot the first one, they all go flying.
You've got magic missile, right, Henry?
Just hit 3 all at the same time. Good, we can feed one of us.
I do.
We
just
sidetrack
wanna-
our mission to just start killing ravens.
No.
I'm gonna say it because it's funny. Velnrith left with 2 dudes, and then y'all just beat feet the other way out of the city.
Yeah.
with her.
I was wondering
Yes.
that. I'm like, we did do that.
With fucking
Seriously.
no way to communicate. It is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be
Hold
fine.
on, let me check this chat to see if he's not happy about this.
I don't know, DM. I feel like that's your responsibility.
Oh, I'm not
at
even
that point.
looking. I'm not. I just
It's
realized
not
I
my
don't
responsibility, bitches.
You're the one who gave the task to the individual that is no longer with us right now. I feel like that's your responsibility. Though.
Should be I
I am
Sorry,
gone.
I am gone.
It's All right.
Let's
New
let's add a
character. Who is?
hydrate before you hydrate.
New character, who it is.
All right, I'm adding a hydrate there. That's for you, Tarf. Hydrate. You know why.
Keep chugging.
He's hydrating. Don't worry. Okay. So yeah, you make it to the clearing of the tower. There are still ravens flitting about. Yeah, you're free to do as you wish here.
Figure we make our way inside at least to the first chamber that we've all completed, so it shouldn't affect us at this point, and start to make some kind of camp inside.
Okay. Step through the door. And rocks fall under brain dice.
Yay, we're done.
Oh man, I was hoping we could get on the floor and do the dinosaur, but all right.
Well, Judge doesn't want to play anymore, so. You enter the room. The mirror is still there at the center. Believe, with my notes gone, I'm gonna fucking guess because I'm pretty sure his name was Alistair. I'm pretty sure was the fucking Planetar's name. If I'm
I
wrong,
believe
chat,
so.
I'm fucking sorry. My notes are gone because
No, I believe it's Alistair.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I was fucking
If
thinking
it wasn't, it is now.
It is now.
good enough. Alistair is not present on the bottom floor when you enter.
That's
But,
fine. We don't need him.
You're able to start setting up a little camp.
So, what do we do now?
Well, I believe our primary purpose was to just get somewhere safe. I believe now, I'll kick the sack with the thing in it. Wake up, you.
Do you guys think I'm ever going to see my armor again?
No.
Rough. Forgot about that.
If you're going to do what I think you're going to do to get what you need from the individual, I will step outside.
Let's
keep-
save torture for afterwards. We can try civil discourse first. And then, if need be, psychological torture, as I look over at the mirror, might be a viable option.
That is true.
I don't remember what that does.
It showed me things I didn't like.
I believe the first mirror was self-obsession. It was the mirrors upstairs that showed us.
Yeah,
things we
that were
didn't
the
like.
disdain. Yep.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario,
To all that
will
don't
be a lot less there, a lot less of a threat if he's too busy admiring his own.
To all that don't
Face
remember, Henry became a threat when he looked into the mirror the first time.
Also true.
That was beautiful. It was so exciting. Okay. So with a little bit of prodding, the bearded devil starts to come to.
Morning, Sleepy.
Just bares its fangs at you.
Wait, do any of us speak its language?
Well, in order to use a phrase that's not going to make sense in this world, the harder you hit the cue, the more English you get out of it.
He's not wrong.
You could have just said common.
Yeah, but that's not a common spin.
If he theoretically he was undercover in the human town, so he would speak common. But if not, I do have a spell that could theoretically help in that regard. If it's something you would like.
Well, I've got a spell too. As I take out my belt knife, it works pretty good. It goes in a series of numbers, escalating 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger, and so on.
Preferably without Henry present, if possible.
Henry immediately starts walking out of the room.
We're gonna wait on the torture. They said.
Yeah.
Immediately go to torture.
I'm gonna kneel down to his face level and pat the devil on the head. Let's try civil discord first, shall we? I'm gonna name you Bitey.
Bad cop, good cop.
So then,
The devil. Do any of you speak Infernal?
No, we established this the first time we were here.
That's true. It's true. So yeah, you just there's a series of very guttural, and aggressive sounds that come from his mouth.
I slap him. No, try again. Speak human speak now.
Human speak now. The devil just lifts its chin and bares its fangs at you.
Well, I guess we start with which finger? What is he,
No.
alrighty?
You know, I really do like your moxie. I'm gonna grab a pair of, not calipers. Let's see. Poker, no. Let's go ahead and grab some tongs. I like your teeth. I'm gonna take one.
Barbaros kind of like rubs his hands together. I'll grab his little bobs. It'll be difficult for him to speak, though.
Nah. I have a feeling that he can't speak normally because of all those pointy teeth in the way.
Ah, but we need him talking. I don't know. That's why the fingers doesn't need the right anymore. Can't wield a blade any longer.
Yeah, fair, but I do want a new sewing needle, and that one right there, I'm pointing to one of his incisors. That one looks like it could make a pretty decent sewing needle.
Fair enough. One will do.
I'm going to rip a tooth out of his head.
Okay.
Come, little one.
Yeah, he is restrained. Yeah. You fucking yank a tooth out.
There we are. How's that? Feeling chatty now? Look at the size of it.
Um,
Might have
Oh
been
god,
too
it
big.
smells awful.
Walk away, and I come back to, and you yank a tooth out.
it.
Oh, don't worry, Henry. See, this thing was rotting. I'm doing him a favor.
Oh, Henry's
Dentistry-
out of the room already.
He's
He's gone.
He's a
There's no
copy
way.
of
Henry's
mine.
outside. right
Henry
now.
is not
Uh,
here. He does not condone with torture or anything like that, but he understands that like information needs to be got, and he's dealt with this kind of stuff in the past. He has left the room. He is
The less I
outside.
know of this, the better.
He is outside.
Henry, point
Fane
of order.
is-
You outside or a different room?
Oh, outside. He went back out.
Okay.
Fane is sitting at a short distance away, simply observing. Because they are interested
Oh god.
if the Planetar does show what their opinion is on this.
I was the plan to
'Cause
feel about torture.
We did walk into someone's house and start torturing a person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we pulled out a tooth. We did emergency dentistry.
Uh-huh. You call it whatever you want.
The devil tenses against the chains as you start pulling the tooth, and once you do, it just kind of shakes itself, and then spits blood into your face, or like the black ichor.
See, this is child's play for a creature like this. Yeah, he puts children screaming into pots and boils them alive for sport. You need to take things from them that they're going to regret losing. Things that they're going to remember.
It turns to you, Barbaros.
I'm gonna see if I can
And-
find holy water while we're here.
In
You look
common,
thirsty.
It says, "There's no children in the house, but there are plenty up here."
Look,
Ah.
it can speak people.
Oh, it's good. We're learning. Tarek?
What do you need from me?
Ask him questions. Each time he fails to answer one to your liking, I take a toe.
I didn't think I'd be doing the interrogating, but I suppose.
No. See, I don't want to be the one asking questions. I'm in here underneath your discretion. He has to keep you happy. You have to keep me away from him.
Oh,
See,
we're playing good talk, bad cop. Okay. I
yeah,
understand.
say it right in front of him. As I'm like leaning down, as I'm sitting against the wall, a couple far enough away not to get stabbed, but her head butted. As I got my book open, see this one right here. Died to a gut wound. It took 2 weeks for him to expire. It's awful, terrible. With envenomed blade from one of those four-armed snake beasts. They cut it to pieces. Took a long time in the dying as well.
The first question Tarek is going to ask is, what is your name?
Let's get a baseline here.
Yes.
Baseline. Ugleth.
Ubleth?
Ugleth.
Ugleth. Okay. Ugly. Okay, got it.
I was gonna say Ugleth is Ugle.
Yeah.
Well, you just fucked up his pretty smile, so.
Pretty. I fixed it.
Yeah, big
Ugleth.
pearly whites.
I'd like to
Early.
interrogating. I'd like to call you by your name, but make it personal, a little personal at least. My name is Tarek. It's nice to meet you.
One day I will flay the skin of your bones.
Well, luckily for me, that is not today. Why are you here? Not here, but in this small town of no significance.
Turns and he looks at Barbaros flipping through his book. He goes, there's no children in the hells.
I ask the same question again.
I tap my knife against the stone. Check the edge against one of my talons. Make sure that it's good and sharp.
You ask again, and he just grins.
Now, Ugaleth, we do work with a member of what's their
The ceaseless flame.
ceaseless flame of the ceaseless flame. We know how to get rid of you forever. This isn't going to be a simple "we kill you, your soul goes back to the hells, and you're reborn." This is finality for you.
Looks around. He goes, I don't see a member of the ceaseless flame here.
That's the point. Why would we reveal them to you?
Roll a intimidation check.
Hey, I suck at those.
It's okay. It's like Barbaro said in character. Torture is nothing to this guy. It's his fucking bread and butter.
Can I have advantage because Barbaros is literally standing there like licking a knife?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, 15.
15. I think you're bluffing.
But do you want to take that chance?
Maybe the ceaseless flame hasn't figured out a permanent solution like they think.
Perhaps you'd like my cousin to come join us?
Sure.
I call out, cousin, we could use some assistance. Does Alistair appear?
There's a beat. And then there's a brief flash of light and the towering blue-gray being with the long, dreaded braided hair down the back appears just behind the devil.
Apologies, cousin. We did not mean to intrude with this filth, but we had no better place to interrogate somebody. Especially somebody of his ilk.
An interrogation. Allow me to help, cousin.
They're swarming. What's the town called? Ipswich?
English.
Igwich, yeah. Ipswich is a real town.
Yes.
They're swarming Ingwich. We cut down 5 of them. There's 2,000 more where those came from. We need to know why. We need to know how to stop them.
That is grave tidings. Yeah. And he just places his hand on top of the devil's head. And 1 second, I just need to re-look up what planetars can do. Because I know
You're the
they
DM.
do
It can do
bad
whatever the hell
things.
you want.
Yeah.
That's
He's not
true.
wrong. I mean, currently, right now, he is taking the role of Magic MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Hey, you literally brought.
Oh yeah.
You brought a terrorist straight to a Navy SEAL, essentially.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying this
Yeah.
was a calculated concept. I'm just saying he is the Magic MacGuffin.
Let me just look at what I can do.
He can presto change it whatever the hell he wants.
Before Alistair even does anything, I'm just gonna look at the bearded devil. Even I feel sorry for what he's about to do to you.
Yeah, we're just gonna. Yeah. The palm of Alistair's hand begins to glow, and you just watch very, very classic fucking movie setup. The skin begins to steam under his hand, and Uglith's eyes, nose, mouth, and ears all start to emit a light, and he begins to scream. And it is a god's awful sound.
Well, I'm not needed here since we brought in a ringer. I gotta check on Henry.
Okay. Meanwhile, Henry,
Aye.
you wander outside and you hear some speaking behind you, and then the door closes and all is quiet. It's peaceful mid to late afternoon. The sun is starting to dip a little beyond the trees. And there are just ravens flitting around this clearing.
Henry will find a nice, comfortable spot in the grass, take a seat, pull out his notebook, not his spell book, and do what he normally does at times of lull, and he will go back over his notes, try to remember things that he knows he's forgotten, and write down some things that he can remember from what's happened within the last few hours, so that he can have some recollection of it. He understands that he is forgetful, and he is trying to keep what he can.
Stubborn old scholar. It's hard to be losing your mind.
Yes, when his mind is the only thing that he sought to gain.
So as you write and flip back and forth and read your notes from the past few days, you do see in your notebook a section about talking with a raven. And you see a section about symbols in a church and meeting with a priest.
He'll see the part about talking with a raven, not remembering what the recollection was. Like, he can't it doesn't bring back a memory. He'll just look up at the ravens. Hello. And just look up at the ravens and see if he gets a response.
You speak into the flock of ravens that is just, they're not encircling, but they're here, they're present.
Mm-hmm.
And you say that, and a large raven breaks off, spirals down, lands in the grass right in front of you. Tilts its head. Hello.
Hello. I will. Henry will instinctually, like, put his hand out to, like, give scritches.
The raven hops forward, tilts its head the other way, and just kind of slowly shifts its head into your hand. Pat, if I portray birds wrong, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Given the type that it is, it would do similar.
Henry will give scritches and be surprised that he was able to use the information that he had to do something in the moment he read it, because that doesn't always work for him.
It's learning.
And about as that happens, you suddenly hear a loud scream emanating from inside the tower, and the raven doesn't get perturbed by it. Hi, buddy.
Pupper.
But a moment later, Seth, you step outside and see Henry just sitting in the grass, just scratching under the beak of a raven.
I'll leave him alone, but if he looks to me, just to let him know I'm here.
Henry's probably pretty engrossed in what he's doing, try to focus on it, so he probably doesn't even notice that you're there.
Yeah, and by this point, yeah, Seth will just sit out there and keep eyes on him. Make sure either A, doesn't wander off, B, something wicked this way cometh.
Henry will pull out what is probably old at this point, out of his pack, some of the tarts that he got from when they went through the tower, because he stashed a few in his pack, and break some apart and attempt to feed the raven.
The raven will peck at the tart crumbs in your hand, eat a few, tilt its head, and the beak opens. Missed you, friend.
I wish I remembered you well enough to miss you, but I appreciate the company.
Don't need memory to miss. You feel.
Henry kind of leans into the muscle memory, just kind of like not focusing and just trying to let his body do what it has apparently done before. He will reach down, kind of have the bird hop up on his hand, place it on its arm, and then scratch and pet it as it's up high, and then and continue to feed it, as if this is something that he's done more times than he can count.
Raven will lean into that touch and willingly up onto the hand, up the arm, and rests into the shoulder. And it eats from your hand, nuzzles into the side of your head. And must go, friend. Back goes the clock. Back goes the clock. Remember, friend. And it launches off your shoulder and flies back up. And as it reconnects with the flock, they all do one large circle of the clearing and take off.
Henry, thinking this is something important, he will immediately go to his notebook. Spoke with Raven. Back goes the clock. You don't need memory to what have you, and he will just write pretty much everything that transpired throughout that interaction.
Okay. And we shift back into the torture chamber as the scream fades, as the light begins to drift off as well. Alistair
I'm sure he's
still
fine.
gripping the head. Sure, it's fine. Nothing's happening in there.
It's fine.
You block
Who
your
hasn't
ears,
decided
Henry.
who hasn't eaten a light bulb once in their life? You'll be alright.
Earmuffs, Henry. Earmuffs.
Oh, Henry is attempting to not pay attention, and he does get a little like watery eyed when he hears the screams, but then he like just tries to ignore it.
To help him with that, I'll play my lute for a while just to keep him company.
Excellent. Love it. So, as Alistair grips the head of the devil, he should be more compliant now, cousin. And if not, he just kind of squeezes. And Ugleth is panting heavily under the pressure of Alistair's just power.
To think, could have been a finger. As I put away my knife and resheath it. Disappointed.
I do not want demon blood being fed to the tower.
Barbara shrugs. Yeah, fair enough. It's the Tower of Blood, after all.
Any more
People blood.
questions, cousin? Dark.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What did he do to it? Sorry, I had to.
He pumped a shit ton of energy into it and essentially burned it from the inside out. It's still alive, but it has been heavily wounded. And Alistair assures you it'll be more compliant.
I warned you. I almost pity you. That was, I would not wish that on... Well, I would wish it on my worst enemy, but maybe not like a minor enemy. Are you going to answer my questions now, or do I have to have my cousin do another round?
Ask your questions, scum.
I'm okay with being scum, because I'm going to get my answers anyway.
Kettle. Pot.
Yeah. I ask you again. What is special about Ingwich that requires an entire demonic invasion?
There's nothing special about it, it's just a place. Humans, ripe for the picking. Souls, blood, whatever we need, we go where we're told.
Where did you start?
In hell.
No, not that. I slap him.
4.5 centuries ago, I was but a little lemure crawling out of the river Styx.
You know what I mean, gremlin.
And I answered you. I was brought straight from the hells to Ingswich.
You have no idea where if there was a different place that the invasion started.
No.
Can I roll an insight check to see if he's lying to me?
Go for it.
She's lying.
I know, but listen, I'm gonna roll some dice.
You get
That was a 20.
You
30,
try to
20.
get the little bits of truth that you can out of it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all lies.
I am the insight character.
You are confident he is being honest. You also remember that your cousin, who is holding this guy, knows when it hears lies.
Oh, right.
Right.
You're currently attached
Tarek
to
knows
a...
that. Tarek knows that. Dylan does not. Dylan forgot.
There's literally a breathing, talking lie detector in the room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This motherfucker is hooked into a polygraph that hurts it when it lies.
We love that.
Uh,
Henry doesn't,
okay.
but we love that.
what were your you generally you have some sort of orders of your rank. I presume of because you're not a high-ranking demon. Presumably, you were working for whatever.
on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
I just went
insulting
to a
as
random
hell.
realizing
That was
I actually know half
offensive.
the
That
stuff I'm
was-
trying to say.
That was
Listen, I have earned my place in the armies of hell. I am very important.
I know all.
Alistair goes,
I know you just
That's a
work in
lie.
the back room. Like, let's be honest here.
Exactly. He is a lemure. Second class, good sir.
Alistair shakes his head and goes, that's a bunch of bullshit. He's lying.
Savage.
Yes. My orders were to impersonate the guard and do as I was told by Jonah.
What happened to the guards? The real ones.
They were food for our cousins.
Your cousins?
Yeah.
Other demons? Specific ones?
Fish food.
I am a devil.
I've not been involved in the Inferno long enough to know the difference.
Typical.
But the difference, but your comment is noted.
He looks up at, he twists his head, and Alistair doesn't let him go. He goes, "This is your cousin. He's young."
What's with the fish? Caw, caw.
The fish.
We're not near water.
Alistair chimes in. He goes,
Oh, right. Tarek, no.
Yes.
Tarek would remember this because this is the whole reason that we did this. It's been so goddamn long that we're all the delay. Except
Fish?
actually delays for having
What
sessions. I
fish?
forgot.
The main lead that we had for all of it.
Yeah.
Alistair
oh,
will
I-
chime
I-
in and tell you. He goes, "Devils are the conniving sort. They deal in the souls. Demons care not for souls, they care for carnage and chaos."
And porn. Succubi.
I feared the
Or
worst
incubi.
For the guards, but I feared the worst for the guards, but I figured I might as well ask.
Why not both?
Oh, right. And I reach into my pack and I pull out the jar of fish eggs. I place it on the ground in front of her. What the fuck are these? Fish egg.
Eggs in a jar.
I slap him again.
Listen, listen here, you little shit. You're not wrong, but you're testing me.
Just because you're technically correct, and he does not
No.
mean that I am happy with your answer.
Nobody
Why
likes
are
us.
they? Why are they corrupted? What is the purpose?
Why are there fish?
They are fish from the Stygia Lake, or Stygia River, in the Hells. Brought here to sow discourse.
They're fish.
Yes. Fish.
Do they sprout legs and get up and fight things? And forgive me for being confused as to why they're a bunch of evil fish.
You're mortal, you wouldn't understand the plans of devils.
Well, that's why I have you in the hands of a planetar, because I'd like to understand. So please, explain.
Says while twisting knife.
Yeah, he rolled like shit, so... roll an intimidation check.
Oh, man. That's an 8.
It's okay. His constitution to resist you was a 6, so...
Oh, good.
We take this.
Yeah. The fish... They taint the water they're in for mortals. Makes them sick. You make enough people sick. You get enough people desperate. They start to make deals.
Oh, it's a packed farm. Got it.
Okay. Do you know who gave Jonah the order? Or whatever your master, whatever your name of your master was, who was impersonated him.
No. Alistair shakes his head.
Alistair, you said there was that demon that was, or devil, or whatever. Tarek still doesn't care. There was that infernal being that was here.
Yeah.
You said that was one of your cousins, correct?
Yes. There is a difference between infernal divinity and devils.
Are they not related?
Distantly.
I can't imagine it was a coincidence that all these things showed up at the same time.
You say it, and it is believable. I would have assumed that my cousin was just being... Oh, our cousin was just being... a prick.
What was his, or what is his name?
Ha, my notes are gone and I don't remember.
Make one up,
Redacted.
or I'll make one up.
Redacted. His name is redacted.
Yeah, we had a rule in my the first campaign I ever played in D&D. That if the DM forgot a name, you got to make one up yourself.
Ooh, he can't say it.
Diabolo.
He's made a pact. He can't say
He
it.
can't say it. Redacted.
I love that. Yeah, we're doing that.
It is the
His
mighty.
name-
Good job, Tim. Good job.
His name
Just-
is.
Yeah,
Tries to it just
Alistair.
starts puking up ichor. Like,
Alistair goes to speak his name, and as his name is, and as he goes to say it, there's just a high tone piercing like screech. Has anybody ever watched Legion?
Yes.
Yeah.
When
Yes,
the
I know.
angels,
I know. Yeah.
speak, and it's just the fucking like
Yeah.
crazy sound. It's that.
It's fucking.
Oh
it's-
God.
Congrats. It's
Skin
fucking
crawling.
tinnitus.
Yeah. As he says it, he looks. Apologies. And actually, to that note, everybody in here, that hurt. Except Tark. You heard the noise. It wasn't pleasant, but it didn't cause physical pain.
To me specifically?
Yes.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Dylan is going through his brain right now, trying to remember if there's anything else we need to know from them. I just turned to Barbaros and Seth. Anything else we need to know?
Numbers, disposition, armaments, equipment,
No.
preparedness, lines of communication.
Oh no, I have a better. Well, I have a better question. I just realized. When did you get here?
I forgot that one.
By your timing, I've probably been here about 6 months.
Were you part of the first group, or were you a second contingent?
Jonah was here before me.
Eric pulls out his notebook and starts flipping through his notes. Is it just the guards that you replaced?
I guess you'll have to find out.
How many of them are there? I'm not there.
I know you're not there.
you ask him, Obi-Wan.
No, I'm not answering that. I'm not actually asking that question. There's a reason I'm not asking that question.
I just meant the idea, like Henry out of nowhere. Ask him there.
Yeah. Don't freaking force ghost into my conversation.
Damn you! How did I
You're
get here?
You're an old man feeding the pigeons right now. We don't have. don't have
I
time for
am. Damn, Skippy. And the fun thing is they're talking back. I don't know if they're actually talking back or if that's my psychosis, but like the
It is
world's gonna
psychosis.
find out.
Oh, he crazy. He got spells, so let's placate.
Actually, let's shift back to that. While Dylan is thinking of questions.
Yeah, please
Seth,
do.
You see Henry once again. Like, you weren't next to him when you did it the first time, but already had chatted about it and you'd seen it. You are fairly close to Henry this time, and you see him speaking with this raven. Just having a conversation. Not just somebody muttering to birds. Like, he's talking to this bird.
And obviously I'm hearing nothing of the bird's responses. It's just...
Roll a perception check.
Oh, Lord, no. Alrighty.
I'm just fucking crazy.
It is a good thing that I that I made it specifically so that Tarek is lawful neutral and his pact is that he will do anything it takes to protect nature. Because this is definitely something about evil. That I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
It's bordering. Like, you would definitely shift alignment a bit.
Yeah.
This does count as anything.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Seth, what do you-
19 on the perception.
19. You heard the bird talk back.
It just snaps at both ears. Nope, no, I definitely heard that. Huh. Well, that's queer.
You heard it tell him to turn back the clock, and then take off.
So I walk to sit down next to Henry at this point. Oh, that's cryptic. Because I believe around this point was when we started hearing extra screams. Yeah. Well then, are you familiar with The Lady in Red? It's an old song from Nautilus, I believe. You familiar with it?
Does Henry know? Remember. Slash no remember.
Roll a history check. Sure. Roll a history check.
I imagine it's the equivalent of hot cross buns for me at this point. She's like, because this is probably going to sound nothing like it.
14.
14? Yes.
Well, this is probably not going to sound anything like it then. Let's just play the lute to try to distract from the screaming in the back.
Let's give a performance check. Come on, how do you do? Let's see.
Big number, no whammy. Huzzah, 18.
You do a fabulous job. And Henry, it's pretty damn spot on. Like, there's a couple of scratches here or there on the loop, but it's pretty damn good.
Ah, damn it. Twisting it out of tune.
I assume you're sitting beside me, yes?
Yeah, I figured. Because I figure it'll be a lot louder if I'm closer to help drown out bad noise.
Henry will give a pat on the knee. Thank you, my boy. I appreciate the distraction.
Well, it's either that or we could play Dragon's Ante. Your choice.
And you see, like, Henry's not looking at you when he says this, and his eyes are a little watery, not like to the point of like actual tears falling, but like he's not
wispy.
He's wispy. He doesn't like to see undue harm, even if it is for a righteous cause.
Well, it's understandable. It's different when you're seeing the eyes of your enemy and you're fighting for survival. You know, it's a straight fight between two beings. It's a different circumstance.
It's never been something that I have been keen on.
That's understandable.
That's
how I felt when I picked my first life.
One will against another is something else, but I don't want to misconstrued. I understand the necessity of what's happening. Information is power, but I never am alright or condone it in this variety.
That's understandable. It's the difference between having a schoolyard fight or smashing a lizard with a rock.
Wow.
A schoolyard fight is two equal.
I scratched the back of my head. Somebody's talking about me.
A schoolyard fight is between two things on equal terms, whereas squashing an innocent creature with a rock is just a form of malice with no benefit whatsoever. It's pure
Well said.
evil
Well
for the most
said.
part. As much as I don't like whatever the hell that thing is. Yeah, it's like as I'm wiping the last bit of the ichor out of my eye. On the plus side, I got a nice tooth out of the deal. Should get into one of the little bottles I still have left. I'm gonna run some experiments on it to see. Maybe with enough time and effort, I can find some way for us non-magic folk to be able to find these things
I
in plain sight.
appreciate your pursuit of knowledge. Odd question. Did you hear him? As I point to like the sky where they were.
Something about turning back clock. I tried not to pry, of course, but I'm afraid I couldn't help but gather those eaves that had been dropped.
I'm confused, as you all know. So anyone else?
Once I'm with you on this.
But to anyone that can take part and live through a situation with me, I always appreciate, because then there's someone else that knows what I may recall, or to give context to what I write in my journal. And I will show him my notebook, and it is fucking scribbles all over the fucking place. It is quickly jotted down bits of information in random locations on the journal. They seem to be sequential as the pages go on, but they are like somebody
just
wants
notes.
Just notes. Somebody wants to write something down as quick as they can. They do not care what the angle the book is in. They are writing it down as fast as they can, because if they do not put the information down, they will lose it.
You remind me of when I was a young lad in the noble courts, trying to learn all I can regarding arithmetic. Just scrawling whatever notes I could on whatever surfaces I could. I think I wrote on my sister's forearm once because I didn't have any kind of parchment.
You put information wherever it is available, especially if it's something that is fleeting to the mind.
If it helps any, I can understand it. It makes sense.
Henry starts looking at the tart in his hand, wondering why he has it, as he realizes that he is starting to forget just exactly what's happened a few moments ago.
I take a small piece of the tart out of his hand and I crumple it into, crumbs and spread it around. In case the birds come back, they'll have a little something for the winter.
It's a good idea. And he will do the same with the last bit of tart in his hand and cast it out in front of him. Still looking confused at why we're feeding birds that aren't there.
How does Henry break my heart and make me laugh all at the fucking same time?
Because I know how to build a character.
Surprisingly thin line between tragedy and comedy.
Sean's going for freaking John.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Like acting.
Mm-hmm.
Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Okay. And to get away from that heartbreak, we shift back to our torture.
Yes, something lighthearted, please.
And this is back and forth of like heartfelt, fucking chaotic torture. Heartfelt, chaotic torture.
Boom. God.
It made a funny noise this time. Smack him one more time that way.
It's the
I want to see if he
Boondocks
makes
thing.
the same squeak.
They fell funny. Like, what? Yeah, I've done this dozens of times. They fell funny. You need help.
Arik looked at the demon, and asks, "Was English the first, or have other cities already fallen?"
Couldn't tell you. I've only been here. I can't hold this dude's voice because I feel like shit. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask more questions. Then I'm gonna ask as many as I can.
That's fine. I just the voice keeps shifting because I can't do like the
fine.
throaty like guttural
Yeah.
voice that I started with because I just can't hold it.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious. I'm enjoying it. Shit.
What an insult to respect. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Bane. Do you have any input here? I don't think we're getting anything more useful out of this Breton.
I'm not sure there's anything that we're missing at this point.
Yeah, Barbaros, what do you say?
Means, motive, opportunity, logistics, supply, locations, actions
I
taken.
don't think he has
leadership.
any of that information.
I think we've gotten what we can out of him. If we wanted more information, we should have saved Jonah.
Damn. Send him back to the hells.
Yeah, Alistair, end them.
Huh. With pleasure. And he just sends another fucking blazing pulse of divine energy through the Bearded Devil's body. And a scream starts, and after like a second is cut off.
Huh?
You do hear that outside as well.
That was weird.
Sure, it's fine.
And then the body just crumples to ash.
Alistair, did you end him, or just that form?
My life as a lemur, part 2.
Unfortunately, ilk like him can only be slain in their home. Even by me.
Yeah, I knew that, but I figured you're much more powerful than most things I've ever met, so regardless, no hard feelings on that. In fact, this was the best outcome that I could have hoped for. I very much appreciate it, cousin.
Happy to have helped. Man, it's been a long time since I've gotten to flex my wings.
Barbaros, Fane,
Mm,
we owe him now. We need to, at some point, free him.
very well.
I'm not saying now, I'm not saying tomorrow. We have other problems, but he's helped us so much. I cannot leave this unpaid, especially one of my distant relations.
Your debt is my debt, and we share this in together.
Okay, I think we're done here.
So
Fane
are you going
didn't
to
answer.
return to town?
Fane just sat there.
Yeah, Fane just sat there. I'm fine with that. It's fine.
Yeah, Fane did not answer.
Fane doesn't have emotions. It's okay.
Fane's like, do
Fane's
I owe this guy?
Fane's just like beats walking in the woods alone.
It's like, I didn't agree to that.
Yeah,
I didn't give a
no.
Shit.
I don't know if fans
Y'all are-
decided on that yet.
I think it's just the idea of like, y'all are more interesting than watching a colony of ants, I suppose. And then things get worse. It's like, I may be regretting my decisions.
I mean,
It
I
has
prefer
been
ants.
interesting. They were right about that. It has been interesting.
Tarek
For
wrote all this
good
down
or
in
ill.
his, Tarek wrote all this down in his notebook. And I just looked at but it's just the four of us in the room now. Well, unfortunately, cousin, we have to depart again.
Slay some demons and devils for me, cousin.
We plan on it.
Be
We came to the
careful.
bottom of this.
These, and he points at the pile of ash. They're not nothings. They're not the highest ranking. But if this is what would be considered a foot soldier for what they're doing, this is a formidable force.
They've already taken an entire town. On everybody's noses. Is this normal for them? Covert operations? I was told there are hordes of these things.
Mind the difference, cousin. Demons. They are creatures of chaos, carnage. They feast on corpses and blood and death. Devils, their sustenance, their power is souls. You can't take a soul by force. The gods, planetars as agents of the gods, we appeal to humans' better nature. We offer you blessings, love, comfort, and in return, one day, your souls adorn the halls of the gods. You find peace there, or, depending on the god you choose, the afterlife they promise. In return, your soul, eternally, provides nourishment and strength to the god you are sworn to. The same is true of the infernals. But it is not given out of love, comfort, but taken by lies and deceit. Desperate people do anything.
Something has just occurred to me. Barbaros,
Yes.
what do we do now?
Well, that's simple. We go find Vilnereth.
In the heart of the beast?
Well, it's simple, not easy.
I think we wait for nightfall at least. I mean, if she's not dead now, then I doubt they'll kill her before then.
Agreed.
This may be beyond us. This may require more of the ceaseless flame. I don't see how we could purge an entire town. Not the 6 of us.
No, the town is lost, Vane. The town is lost. I think what we need to do is go to the capital. We need to find somebody who can do something. I also need to find a library, and that's probably the best place to go. I'm sick of not knowing enough about these things.
That's fair enough as well.
If we've been fighting, if the mortal race has been fighting them for millennia, there's undoubtedly a font of information about them.
Some place to access more information, another way to arm ourselves, find more allies. I will not abandon Vilnereth to her fate. We will find her and get her out of that place. But as far as the other things, yes, I am in agreement.
And one last thing. We can't trust anybody. Not anymore.
No.
Yeah. The captain,
Agreed.
perhaps.
Perhaps.
Fine. We have one person we can trust.
We need a way to be able to verify their humanity. Yes, hopefully we can find something either with the Order or in your books. These creatures were masters of disguise. They've kept themselves hidden for years.
Yeah, as much as I'd love to sniff every single person we come across, I feel like that's not going to go particularly well.
Would you love to do that? That's concerning.
Well,
It happened twice, okay?
one at a time.
Do you believe...
There's a lot of people in this world, Vane.
Do you believe there's any way we could get the captain to leave the town? She will not survive there.
Perhaps.
We'll have to figure that out when we go back for Vilnorth. I have a couple tricks up my sleeve, but we may have to camp here for the night so I can collect myself, prepare new spells, meditate.
Indeed.
All I brought with me was a couple little tricks I have, and then a lot of fire. I have more tricks. I just need to meditate and gain them.
You take the time you need.
Well, as you all finish your torture and contemplate, settling in to rest and regroup, that is where we're going to pick up next time. Cut it a little bit short because
Zach is dying.
yeah, I feel like shit.
He's dying of ligma.
Yeah, you know it.
That and
Terminal.
also we
got
need to catch
Ligma.
up with the person that isn't here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
One that we really
Veldra's
need.
dead. Don't worry.
Latum.
Tofu's rolling a new character right now.
No, really? Sad.
Excellent.
Love that.
Henry's
man.
gonna love that.
Yeah.
Henry's gonna be just
Oh,
that's gonna go for great.
Come on. Come
Or
on,
he's gonna
Henry.
say who?
Come on, Henry. Alzheimer moment. We're gonna really need that Alzheimer moment.
Yeah. Roll a d20.
I feel like there was a person, another person in our group.
Alright. Well,
I don't
Thank
think
you
we're
guys
gonna
for
luck out that way.
probably not. Probably not.
thank y'all for watching and putting up with my fucking just awful voice right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Catch you
Bye
on the next
later.
one. Bye.
Now with 25% less torture.